Hello. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that I've been really kind of delving into, and that is blank sketch covers. Now, these are variants of just like regular comics. So, right here we have Ghost Spider, Spider Gwen, and yeah, it's basically just the comic with like a variant edition. But the difference in these is that the cover is blank so that you can draw on it. So, I don't think that before I had the sketch covers, I knew anything about how it was because honestly, like most of the time, I use different paper, but like I learned a lot from doing these. So to start, just like with the basics, the paper is not like as high quality as I thought it would be. Like I use Olo markers, and as you can see, like I learned that you can't really just kind of plop it down. Like I kind of go over and over, but now you can see like these marks and it's bad. So that's kind of why I learned that a lot of people who do sketch covers, they will use different mediums. So they might start with a base of markers, but then they'll move on to color pencils, or like these multi-liners work fine. That's what I used to do the inks and stuff, but then you kind of have to go in and really process it. But I will say for sure that when I use like my airbrush, because I had the Copic ABS system, that worked fine on this kind of paper. But it's definitely like if you go into it, you have to really like understand and maybe even buy like an extra one so that you can test exactly how the paper is going to be. Like the paper is pretty much like the same though on both. And yeah, normally like I really like this Olo marker paper, and it comes in 25 sheets. Before that, I use this is a this is an example of a big one. But I use this Deleter comic book paper, and this was like my go-to for a very long time. If you see like my shorts, I actually have most of everything that I drew, like traditional style, was on this kind of paper. This is like really huge. And the reason it's big because, when you draw it and then you scan it and then it reduces it and then it keeps like most of the details. Yeah, so I thought that was fun. Something like I don't really see like explanations about it, like how people use the blank sketch covers, because you can draw like on the back or on the front, and yeah, it's pretty cool that you can do like so much with these. And I have to admit that like when I did it, I only did one side because of the way like the backing board is. But yeah, anyway, I just kind of wanted to make like a short video talking about my experiences with it and how much yeah, if you end up buying blank comic sketch covers, I got some of mine from eBay. You could just do like a search for it because a lot of people sell them in lots. But I was really lucky to travel, and I found like a little comics shop, and they sold a ton of them. They had like a whole box of them, so I was able to grab like a ton, like this. Like I probably wouldn't be able to find this one because I find like the Marvel ones are really hard to find. But yeah, here's one I screwed up. I didn't like how that turned out, and then this is kind of like one I have in progress. But yeah, like sometimes your local comic book store, if you have one, they might see my reflection. They might have some in a box already. If so, that's really awesome. But you might have to ask, and sometimes they don't know like what you're talking about. Which is like my experience with my most local one, is that they had no clue what I was talking about. So yeah, but I think like for the best bet, the stores that I got found on eBay and stuff, like I don't know your location, so I can't really tell you like where to go. But yeah, like I found like all these Power Ranger ones in a lot. That was, and the nice thing about like buying it on eBay, this is not like me saying that you got to go there, but sometimes people will sell them in lots, and then if you just like it, they'll send you an offer, which is how I got like all of the 6 Power Ranger covers, is because like all I did was like it, and then they sent me like a custom offer, or something like that. And yeah, and then these are actual comics to buy. But anyway, so yeah, I hope that this, if you're new to drawing on them, that this gives you some insight. It takes me a really long time to draw on these, so that's why I haven't recorded a process video. Plus, I don't really like doing process covers, like recording the whole thing. But yeah, so yeah, I hope that helps, and I'd love to see what you're working on.